Hello folks, Taylor Johnson here. I wanted to give you a quick look at the August real estate statistics for the Washington, D.C. region. Home prices, we can see, slid a little bit over the summer, but they do remain high, and largely that's because we're in a situation of shortage, as I've mentioned before, if you've been following me on these videos. Closed sales were down almost 14%, and yet the median sales price climbed for the region about 5%. So again, this is because we're in a situation of shortage. New pending sales were down, and new listings continued their decrease. Last month we were already at a 2-decade low, and now we're even lower in terms of new listings. And for the first in several months, new active listings also decreased. So in other words, the inventory available to choose from is even less than it was before. And months of supply are a little bit higher. We'll do that more in depth in a minute. The median sales price remained at $585. It's a little bit lower than the peak at $600, but it still remains pretty strong. And we've noticed that townhomes and condominiums are the fastest growing in terms of pricing because obviously they're maybe a little more affordable. Also, single family detached homes have had the lowest amount of inventory. We're about a third of where we were before the pandemic in terms of supply of detached homes for sale. So it just means that any detached home out there that is for sale is obviously going to have a much more competitive situation. It makes it very difficult for buyers who want that. New pending homes are significantly lower than in a more typical market, and we also see that showings are down. However, even with few buyers in the market, low inventory continues to be a constraint. Active listings at the end of August were down 18%. Available inventory is just half of what it was before the pandemic, with, as I said, supply of detached homes at a third of pre-pandemic levels. So in terms of the outlook, despite these high prices and elevated mortgage rates that are right now around 7.25, prices are rising again because of the serious lack of supply. Affordability continues to be a concern, particularly for first-time home buyers. There will perhaps be more choices available to buyers who are looking to move into the city, and you'll see it as we go through these numbers. It does appear that the city appears to be a relatively more affordable, or there's a relatively more choice and so on than in other places. However, new listing activity will remain very low, and there will be small gains in active listings. Closed sales, as I mentioned before, were down about 14%, with detached homes seeing the largest year-over-year decrease by 17%. Sales are actually down 27 or almost 28% from what they were at this time in 2019 before the COVID. So this is actually a good benchmark to think about because 2019 was more of a normal year. So we're about 28% down from where we were in a more normal year. Median sales price for the region at $585. And we can see that compared to last month, the median condo price rose fast, up 1.9% month to month. So condos seem to be where people are going to. Median days on the market actually increased a little bit, but it's still very, very tight. It's still, less than 10 days in most of the region. So if you're looking in an area that is not DC, in the District of Columbia itself, you have to be prepared to move very quickly. New pending sales, as I mentioned, are down, and they're down 26% or almost 25% from what they were in 2019. Again, a more regular year. So think about that. Despite sales being down 25%, the sales price is only down, $15,000 from its peak. So the prices are really holding fairly steady. We do still see many situations where there's competitive buying with multiple bids on a house, and prices on those particular properties certainly are over asking. So it is still happening depending on the property. Active listings for the month were down 18% for the region, and about half of what they were before COVID. So let's take a look at more local markets. We can see here that closed sales are down everywhere except Falls Church City. But again, if you've been following me for a while, you know that I discount Falls Church City and Fairfax City as well. You can see with only 33 and 14 sales, they're not really great markets to use as benchmarks. One sale or two sales there can really change their numbers. Whereas, if we're looking at Montgomery County with 902 sales, we have 10 more sales there. It doesn't really make that big of a difference in any of the numbers. Median home prices rose sharply in Alexandria, Fairfax County, which restricts strong demand and a shift to higher end transactions. Prices were up in all jurisdictions except Washington, D.C., which was down just slightly, about 1.6%, and Falls Church City. Supply jumped in D.C. and Falls Church in August. The number of active listings was down in all other places. We see that Fairfax County and Maryland suburbs of Montgomery and Prince George's and Frederick are down quite a bit. And buyers do need to act quickly. Days on the market declined in most jurisdictions. The median days on market in August was just 7, meaning half of all homes sold in a week or less. Picture that. In Frederick and Montgomery counties in Maryland and Alexandria City, half of all homes sold in a week or less. If it happened to be the home that you wanted to take a look at and you didn't get out there and look at it right away, you didn't have any time to think about whether or not it was going to work for you, to go back and have a second look, maybe work on your financing, all that kind of stuff, right? So this is a very tough market. You really need to be ready. You need to have a good list of what you're looking for and make sure that you that you really are set on that's what you're looking for. And when you find the right house, boom, 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 it checks the box. Let's go. Median sales price. You can see it went up in Alexandria City. It went up in Arlington. Fairfax County up 13%. And Frederick up 3, Loudoun up 4, Montgomery up 1.6, Prince George is up 6, and DC down just slightly. All right, so again, it would appear that maybe DC is a little bit better bargain right now, certainly than look at Fairfax City or Fairfax County. DC has a better median price, right? And days on market, here's where we see the DC has 21 days on market versus everybody else. It's right around 7 to 10. So again, there's a little more time in DC to think about things and put your ducks in a row before you put in an offer. And the new listings there is down, but compared to other places, it's not down so much, right? So Prince George's County is down 22%, DC's is only down 14%, this kind of thing. So again, in comparison to most areas, DC, the District of Columbia, appears to be still relatively easier to be a buyer than other places. Months of supply is a key number, and it's related to the active listings. So active listings, okay, so up here we have new listings. So these are new people who've just signed a contract to put their house for sale for the first time, right? Those are new listings. Active listings are ones that have been on the market at the time that these statistics were taken, and maybe they've been on the market for 4 days, or maybe they've been on the market for 3 months. We don't really know, but they're active. So because buyers are a little bit slower and lower in number, some homes are, despite the fact that the days on market is 7 days or less in many places, some homes are staying on the market. Remember, we said earlier, half the homes sell in 7 days or less, while the other half take more than that, right? So they would be active listings. So we're looking at Arlington County, we've got 24% decrease in active listings. Fairfax County, 36% decrease in active listings. Frederick County down, Loudoun County down, Montgomery County down, 8, Prince George's County. DC is up in active listings. So that means, again, the inventory from which to choose at any given time right now is a little bit better in DC. And the months of supply in DC is at 3. 3 is still a very tight market. 6 months is a balanced market. 3 months is a very tight market. So what this means is if no new homes come on the market, it will take 3 months to sell all the homes currently on the market. Well, look where DC is in relation to everyone else. Everywhere else is right around 1.5 months of supply. Very, very, very tight markets, much tighter than DC. So if you want to be able to negotiate a better price or better terms, you want to have time to go and look a second time or a third time, and maybe even take advantage of that slightly better median sales price for actually more square footage, you should be looking in DC. Showings are down a little bit compared to where they were last year, and also compared to last month. And the home demand index is down a little bit, but again, look where it is in Alexandria. It's over 100 in the Virginia suburbs, and here we are again in Falls Church. But in Montgomery County and Prince George's County, and then of course as you go further out in Maryland, it gets even lower. Prince George's County does remain strong compared to Montgomery County because, again, remember the average, the median price in Montgomery County is like $425,000 compared to anywhere else. Let's take a look at that. Here's your median sales price. Here's Prince George's County, $425,000 compared to all these other places. So Prince George's County, if you want to remain in close to the city, remains a relative bargain compared to Montgomery County or somewhere else. And to beat Prince George's County, you have to go all the way out to, even Frederick County is more expensive than Prince George's County. All right, I'm Taylor Johnson. I'm a realtor with Keller Williams Capital Properties. I'm part of the Eng Garcia team, and I'm here to be a resource for you and help you understand these numbers, understand the market in DC, and hopefully help you find the home of your dreams. If I can provide any resources for you, please reach out. If you liked this video and thought it was helpful, please click the button below so that helps other people find the video, and subscribe to my channel. I look forward to hearing from you and helping you find your home of your dreams. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for your time. Bye now.